Good morning. As a continuation of previous lecture, today we are going to see the different regression models specified in your syllabus. Okay, the first model is polynomial regression. Okay, polynomial regression, what is the difference between simple linear regression and polynomial regression is, after collecting the data, if we represent or plot the data as a scatter plot, you can see that if it does not fit for a straight line, whether the plotted data points exhibit a curvilinear characteristic, then we will go for polynomial regression. And polynomial regression, maybe we can have x square term, x cube term or x raised to 4 term. Then up to which higher order term we will limit our model. That is a very important question in polynomial regression. And actually for the time being we are not focusing into that because it is not mentioned in your syllabus. Okay. Let us see first when we are going to apply this polynomial regression. Okay, consider an example. A biologist is interested in the relationship between feeding time and body weight in the males of a mammalian species. Okay. The data recorded are shown on the table. That is actually on the next slide. And the objective for this is construct an equation relating time to body weight. Understand the model selection criteria. And this is actually the data collected, gathered, time in hour and weight in kg. This is actually the feeding time and this is actually the body weight. And we want to find out the relationship between these two. And here you should understand that here also one response variable and one regression variable. Okay, here there is not more than one independent variable. Okay, polynomial regression, poly means the higher order term. It's a polynomial, not a straight line. Okay, whenever we are considering, whenever the plotted data exhibits a curvilinear characteristic like this, as shown here, then we will go for a polynomial rather than a straight line. Okay, here you can see a curvilinear characteristic exhibits. And here you can see, as I told you, x is the body weight and y is the feeding time. Okay, y is the feeding time. Y is the dependent variable and body weight. What actually we will be predicting, whenever a body weight is given, the model should predict the feeding time. The model should predict the feeding time from the data given. And for that we are finding the relationship between body weight and feeding time. Body weight and feeding time. Feeding time is the dependent variable and body weight is the independent variable. Okay, body weight is going to be the independent variable. Which is the model best fitting here? Okay, we don't know at present. Okay, before that, polynomial regression. Okay, see some more theoretical aspect of polynomial regression. Polynomial regression is a special type of multiple regression whose independent variables are powers of a single variable. And here you can see powers of a single variable. Okay, yi is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x plus beta 2 x square plus beta k x raised to k plus the error term epsilon I. Model selection is done by successively testing the higher order term and discarding the insignificant highest order terms. And test should be done actually using this t-test and that is not mentioned. Okay, see the model first. Okay, this is the thing. And if we go for linear regression, then this is how the straight line will be looking into. And here you can see that the residual errors are more. The residual errors are actually more. And this is not correctly modeling. This is not correctly modeling. It's not an accurate model as with the data gathered. And it actually the scatter plot exhibits a curvilinear characteristics. Okay, therefore if you are going for polynomial regression order 3, x cube, x square, x, that is order 3 polynomial, then we can see that it almost fits well. It almost fits well actually. And if order 4, you can see fitting more. And if you go for higher order, you may see that it exactly fits. Okay, sometimes later if you increase, you can see that the graph will be exactly going through that. Okay, here the prediction may not be accurate actually. This is a case of overfitting. This is a case of overfitting. Okay, that we will explain in another scenario. Okay. And the polynomial regression model, you can see that the polynomial models can be used in those situations where the relationship between dependent and independent variable is curvilinear. Okay, it can be curvilinear and sometimes a non-linear relationship. Okay, a non-linear relationship, and it can be modeled best by polynomials. And this is the generic equation y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1x plus beta 2x square plus beta k x raised to k plus epsilon. Okay. And this is, if you are reducing it to power 2, then this is a quadratic polynomial, and beta 1 is called a linear effect parameter and beta 2 is called a quadratic effect parameter. And this is actually the quadratic polynomial for this line. This will be looking like this. Okay, I hope you understood what is the difference between simple linear regression and a quadratic, that polynomial regression model. And polynomial regression models, once again I repeat, they are very useful in situation which does not exhibit a linear relationship, which exhibit a curvilinear relationship, And how many, what is actually the order of the model, that is a significant question. And this order of the model is depending on many parameters, and that I am not discussing now actually because it is outside the syllabus. And model building strategy is also, there is a forward selection procedure and backward selection strategy. That also I am skipping because they are not mentioned in the syllabus, and I will post the PPT in the classroom. And if anybody interested, they can go through the slides and ask doubt. Okay. Then polynomial regression model, how to estimate the coefficients. Okay, this is the generic model. Please write in your notebook. This is the generic model, and how we are going to exhibit the values for beta naught, beta 1, beta 2, etc. Then it will be, they are actually beta naught hat and beta 1 hat and beta 2 hat and beta k hat are actually the least square estimate using ordinary least square method for beta naught, beta 1, beta 2, etc., beta k respectively. The same method we have adopted in simple linear regression. We are extending it into polynomial regression with respect to ordinary least square. Then the residual error will be sigma I equal to 1 to n for all data points. It will be yi minus this estimate beta naught hat plus beta 1 hat xi plus beta 2 hat xi square plus beta k hat xi raised to k the whole square. And to solve this, as we have done in simple linear regression, take the partial differentiation with respect to each of the coefficients. How many coefficients actually? Beta naught to beta k. Then how many times we need to perform partial differentiation? K plus 1 times. 0 to k means k plus 1 times. And you will be getting k plus 1 equations. And we will be having k plus 1 unknowns, beta naught to beta k hat. And whenever we perform partial differentiation and keep all the yi terms on the left hand side, our equation will be like this. Sigma yi is equal to beta naught hat n plus beta 1 hat sigma xi plus etc. plus beta k hat sigma xi raised to k. Then second term will be, derivating for beta 1 hat, then xi will be appearing second time along with yi. And if we partially perform partial derivation for beta 2 hat, then xi square term will be appearing with yi. And if we perform partial derivation for beta k hat, then xi raised to k term will be appearing with yi. Therefore, the second term will be yi. Sigma yi xi is equal to beta naught hat into sigma xi plus beta 1 hat into sigma xi square etc. plus beta k hat into sigma xi raised to k plus 1. And similarly, we will get sigma yi xi raised to k is equal to beta naught hat into sigma xi raised to k plus beta 1 hat into sigma xi raised to k plus 1 plus etc. plus beta k hat into sigma xi raised to 2k. This you should know how we are getting this, okay, from the partial derivation. This equation set is very important. Then take a quadratic equation, quadratic polynomial. The model is y equal to beta naught hat plus beta 1 hat plus beta 2 hat x square. And they are actually the least square estimate, okay, y hat. If you write like this, y hat will be like this. Then beta naught hat, beta 1 hat and beta 2 hat, following the equations, we will be getting like this after partial derivation. Sigma yi is equal to n beta naught plus beta 1 hat into sigma xi plus beta 2 hat into sigma xi square. Then sigma yi xi is equal to beta naught hat into sigma xi plus beta 1 hat into sigma xi square plus beta 2 hat into sigma xi cube. And sigma yi xi square xi square is equal to beta naught hat into sigma xi square plus beta 1 hat into sigma xi cube plus beta 2 hat into sigma xi raised to 4. And see, xi raised to 4 will be there, xi cube will be there, xi square is there, yi is there, yi xi is there, yi xi square is there. And to do the problem parameter estimation, represent a table easily. This is xi yi, xi square, xi yi, xi square, xi cube, xi raised to 4. And if we find all the values using simple calculator, then substitute it in the equation will be appearing like this. The equation is going to be like this, and you can see that the final value for beta naught hat is this and beta 1 hat is this. Solving these three equations, three unknown, then the curve will be y is equal to 12.43 minus 5.51x plus 0.76 for x square. Okay, that is actually a quadratic polynomial, a curve. And this is actually regarding the polynomial regression. Then multiple regression means, you know that often in situations a response variable will be depending on more than one independent variable. Okay, as you just guessed in the Disney toys example, the sales amount solely not depending on the advertising cost. It actually depends on various other criteria also. Therefore, like in our similar example also, if we see that predicting house price prediction. Now, house price prediction, previously we have considered square feet, the area of the house and price. Okay, price obviously have a more relationship with area of the house. But apart from that, if we specify the number of bedrooms, car parking, also some other features we are adding, then the house price is depending on area, then number of bedrooms, car parking, then location, something like which is near or whether the road is there, some other factors you can go on adding. Okay, how many, like that is actually another issue. But just understand that in certain situations, the response variable is not depending on one independent variable. It depends on more than one independent variable. In that case, we will apply multiple linear regression. Okay, in that case, we are going to apply multiple linear regression. And now I will see some points from your textbook actually, some points from your textbook. You can see that. Okay, here they have given very specifically the multiple linear regression. Okay, here the model, we assume that there are n independent variable. Okay, just label them as x1, x2, etc. xn. Then the dependent variable as usual it is y. Then for each instance, okay, there are n independent variables. Okay, n independent variable x1 to xn. And the response is actually y. The response is the prediction. That is why the outcome. And independent variable may be the features. Okay, in a house price prediction, if you are considering three parameters, then x1 will be the square feet, area in square feet, and x2 will be a discrete value, number of bedrooms, 3, 4, 5, like that. Then x3 will be car parking area, maybe in square feet. Okay, something like that. Okay, people are interested in multiple car parking areas and all, and some that like x1, x2, x3, three features in that case, and the output will be the house price. Okay, like that. Here for the data collected, we have collected n data instances. Okay, for the first one, the area will be 1500, the number of bedrooms will be 3, and car parking area will be 50 square feet or something like that, 3 values. And for the example 2, the area will be 2500 and the bedrooms will be 4 and car parking will be 200 or something like that. That means for example 1, the value for x1 will be x11, and example 2, the value for x1 will be x12, and for example n collected, we have the value for x1 will be x1n. Similarly for x2, it will be x21, x22, etc. x2n. And for this column actually represent the whole data collected for a particular house, and its price is y1, and the whole data collected for a second house and the price is y2, and similarly for the nth house and the price is n. Okay, here this is actually a multiple linear regression, and the equation we will write like this. I hope you are seeing it. Y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x1. Okay, n independent variable, beta 1 x1, beta 2 x2, etc. plus beta n xn. As with the simple linear regression, if we are using ordinary least square method for the optimal estimate for beta 1 hat, beta 2 hat, etc. beta n hat, then the coefficient matrix we can represent like this. X can be, there is no, initially beta naught, the coefficient of, this is actually x naught. Okay, x naught, the coefficient is 1 here, therefore this is, the first column will be 111, then it will be appearing x11, then x12. For the first record, it will be x11, x12, x19. For the second record means row wise, it will be x21, x22, x2n. Then the third will be, last will be xn1, xn2, xn. Then the outcome is similarly for this one, it is y1, y2, etc. yn. And the estimates are beta naught hat, beta 1 hat, etc. beta n hat. And this we can solve and find the equation is, this is not B, this is, this matrix B is actually equal to X transpose into X, then the whole inverse X transpose Y. Okay, actually how we got this, you can find it using the analysis. Okay, some elimination method you can find, this is the correct one that I have shown on the previous PPT. I have posted in the, I'm just now actually I will be posting in the classroom, and you can go through that. With the polynomial regression also we can arrive at the similar same equation. And here the example they have given in the textbook, only two features x1 and x2. Okay, maybe the square feet area and the number of bedrooms, and you can see the price is predicted maybe in lakhs or crores. Then the solution will be, you will be representing, you will be first finding x, y and b matrices. Then using the equation you can find it, x transpose into x, you can multiply, then find the inverse of this matrix, then multiply this inverse and x transpose x, then this is the value. You are getting a simple value here, and these are the coefficients. This is beta naught hat, this is beta 1 hat, and this is beta 2 hat. And this is the regression model we are representing. Okay, this is regarding multiple linear regression. Okay, remember that as a summary we have covered simple linear regression, polynomial regression, and multiple linear regression. And in all the three methods we have explained using ordinary least square method. Okay, and ordinary least square method is finding the difference between the actual value and the predicted value, the difference between the coordinates of the points appearing, whether the actual value and the predicted point in the graph, then find the square of the error. Then we are equating that error is equal to 0, that is minimum. Finding the partial derivative, you can find the least square estimates beta naught hat, beta 1 hat, etc. with respect to whether it is simple linear regression or polynomial regression or multiple linear regression. And remember that multiple linear regression, a response variable is depending on more than one independent variable. Okay, you should never write there will be more than one response variable. Okay, that is illogical actually, because only one outcome we are predicting. Okay, whether it will rain or not, it will be depending on the temperature, humidity, or many other factors. And like house price prediction also, it is depending on the locality, the price, whether it is municipality, corporation and all, then the area of the house, and maybe the number of bedrooms, car parking area, maybe number of bathrooms, kitchen size, or many factors it will be affecting. And simple linear regression means a single independent variable and a single response variable. And polynomial regression means this simple only one independent variable also in polynomial regression, but the data points exhibits moreover a curvilinear characteristic, and fitting a straight line into that model is not giving accurate results for the prediction. Therefore, we are going for polynomial regression fitting a quadratic polynomial or cubic polynomial. And there are some other tests to just to give an understanding, like ANOVA also you can use, and just to search Google, you will get what is ANOVA. And in ANOVA model also we can find it out how we can find the higher order term in polynomial regression. But you don't worry, your syllabus just to have an introduction, a simple introduction to polynomial regression and multiple linear regression. And as I told you, regression is a very important supervised learning technique. And here the prediction, it is widely used for prediction and forecasting. And the prediction means it is predicting some value lying on a real line. Okay, continuous value, not like a discrete number of classes as in classification. And remember house price prediction, that is the best example. The house price prediction will be always lying on a real line. Okay, I hope. Thank you.